All right, folks, so we're here at Whalers Pond. I call it the Burger King Pond. That right there is 93. So if you get off at exit 4, come in 93 north or south, pull into the Burger King, and you will see this fabulous pond here. This fabulous pond, believe it or not, has some rather large pickerel in it. It does have largemouth bass in here. Interesting story, when I was a kid many years ago when Burger King and Cracker Barrel weren't here, this was right here was a pasture and this was a river, and me and a couple of my family members would sneak on this property and just hope the bull wasn't out. Yeah, so with that being said, let's get to some action. I'll be drilling my holes roughly in 5 minutes. Okay, so this week's episode, I was kind of hesitant to shoot it, but I didn't know if the ice was going to be thick enough. And then we had that really cold 2 days. It was 18 below zero here, 33 below zero with the wind chill factor. So we didn't go out that day. I believe that was Saturday. So that Sunday, by the time our day was finished, there was over a 60-degree temperature. And in this video, I try to explain, if you're going to go out there, it's always good to go out there before a good weather event. Either go out before the event or you go out after the event. I went out during the event, but like I said, 33 degrees below zero. You don't have much time to even get in the house, never mind stand outside. And it's a risk-reward thing, folks. I mean, as much as I like fishing, even in 33 below zero, I even gonna call it a day there. All right, so with that being said, folks, I hope you enjoy the steady action. So, folks, this is my field, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why I set up here, okay? If you look down there, that's where the river comes in. Okay, now this is man-made. So that's a floodplain over there. And down there, behind that island is the dam, okay? So this river is gonna meander through here, okay? And it goes down into that corner, up against that shoreline, and down to the dam, okay? So my theory is that up on the floodplain, it might be a little shallow because this whole lake is not even deeper than 6 feet at the most, I would imagine. I have fished on this lake or on this pond in a small craft, annihilated them. So with that being said, let's wait for some action. When that pond was made, there's a little river. When I was a kid, that used to be a cow pasture. And in that cow pasture used to be a mighty big bull. I think you can put 2 and 2 together. We wouldn't go there, jump the fence if that bull was out. And this was, I'm gonna say, 1969. I know, I'm dating myself a little. When that was dammed up, obviously the floodplain rose, and the fishing in that pond is fantastic, folks. This is another situation. If you could get you could take your kayak in there. You can really have a really fun day of fishing. So I'm about to put my first hole in. Here's a little tip that I want to give you. Okay, so what I'm going to do before I put my shiner on this, I did run a little piece of power bait. So I'm going to put that little piece of power bait on there and then put my shiner on it. And that's going to put a little scent out in the water. And it's a nice color. Pickerel-like colors. So we'll see what happens when I drop this down there. So that didn't take long. So we got the first flag of the day. Oh boy, and that thing, oh yeah, that thing is spinning hard. Just hold on, folks, while I start this thing. Oh, I got a nice one. Oh, he got off. Well, that's why I can't film and shoot and film. I'm only one person, folks. You can feel the frustration? Good, because I can hear it. Oh yeah. Well, we caught some nice pickerel, and we caught some largemouth bass. We caught some surprise fish. I didn't realize that there was perch in there. And then we got some trophy perch, and anything over 9 inches is a trophy in my eyes. So I really didn't know how the fishing was gonna be. I took a shot, we got plenty of action, and this is very easy to get to, folks. Exit 4, 93. It doesn't get any easier than that. We're having a vegetarian lunch here today. You can see that pineapple, which I'm about to skin alive. I hope it doesn't give me too much resistance. Okay, folks, so my buddy's mad because he says I'm cheating. You can see I have a little green bead there, and everybody knows I love beads. Okay, so this was just that sizzler, and that's a beautiful fish. I just want to get him into the hole real quick. That is what you call a meal right in there. I don't know what's in there, but this pond is probably 30 acres. Look at the size of this fish. So, I release this fish unharmed. My buddy's just gonna clip that line as close to the mouth as possible. And again, I'm gonna release this down a different hole. Probably won't keep on. Folks, is what I'm trying to say. Over here is a floodplain. I'm sort of trying to be in the middle of this channel here. And, so far it's been working out. Haven't been here too long. Got two really nice ones. One thing I'd really like to tell you, and again, I'm like one of the laziest fishermen ever. And when I say I'm lazy, I mean I'm lazy. But one thing I do is I like to check my holes every 15, 20 minutes, half hour, because I have 6 devices out here and 3 of them had no bait on. And I'm a pretty good fisherman, but I don't think that I can catch any fish with no bait. See what he's got. Whoa, we got our first largemouth bass of the season. Hallelujah. Now that's a nice fish there, folks. Yes, and you can see how nice and healthy that fish is. Billy, if you could just hold that fish up.
That is a beauty.
A beautiful fish. We're going to release that right now. So that largemouth bass has been released in the hole. That fish was phenomenally healthy.
Yes.
He had a nice belly and a beautiful color. Folks, I'm just trying to show you something that anybody can do this. I mean, there's the highway sign to 93. It doesn't get any easier than this. I mean, and even if you're hungry, you go into this real famous establishment over here. Chicken and dumplings are really good in there. Okay, so the name of that pond is Wheeler Pond, but I call it the Burger King Pond for obvious reasons. Captain Obvious. You tell your buddies, hey, I'm going to Wheeler Pond. Wheeler Pond. You tell them, yeah, I'm going to the Burger King Pond. And I could throw in a have it your way joke there, but I got a dry sense of humor. Here we go. Another tiny, and it's a fish.
A fish. You're catching up.
I just put a little piece of power bait on there. Right there, I just got a little piece of power bait. And like I said, pickerel really like color. And there's a little scent coming off of there. What I'll do is I'll just dip this in here just for ha-has. I like to do foolish things. So that's dripping off there. Speaking of fool, don't ever try this at home when it's 13 below zero. That was yesterday, folks. We were smart enough not to come out here yesterday. Because yesterday's wind chill was 33 below zero. Just imagine that, folks.
That's why we have ice today, though.
That is why we came here today. 33 below zero, you got about 7 minutes to get inside. Coming from somebody that comes from Alaska. Oh, that's a nice pit. Oh, look at the size of that pickerel. Now, folks, that is the fish that we have come here to catch. That's at least a nice 3-pound fish. Wow, that is a nice fish. And that circle hook got him right on the corner. Right in the corner of the jaw.
Get your things?
I do, right here on my thing. Well, one of your mistakes in life is not learning from your mistakes. I learned last week, always have my forceps with me.
Strong fish.
He's going to go famously down the hole. Let me get a still of that. Take a look at the beautiful colors of that fish. What a pretty fish. Nice and healthy.
Yep,
That
beautiful.
is a beautiful specimen.
17 or 18, yep.
Perfect for the frying pan. I know, folks, I say it all the time. I'm going to take one of these things home. One of these days. All right, now we're just going to watch him slide right down that hole. Like I said, watch him slide right down that hole. And there he goes, folks. No worse for wear. Obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm just doing this for some fun. You know, along the way, I would like to hopefully educate some people. And again, folks, a lot of the things that I say are my theories. And you will also gather theories after doing this for a long time. You'll remember something that happened. But when you go out there, you're going to say, wow, I remember 3 years ago that I did this and it worked. Is that going to happen every single time? No. Okay, folks, real quickly, this month's hero to me is a gentleman named Fred Trost. Mr. Trost is no longer with us. He died of a lung ailment many years ago. The long story is I was in a very dark place and I turned on the television and I see this gentleman debunking every myth known to hunting. Cologne, cigarette smoke, cigar smoke, pouring cologne and urine, whatever in the soil to try to scare away the deer. Then he went up in a hot air balloon, which I thought at the time was marvelous. And as he showed whitetail after whitetail going up to the aqua velvet, I was amazed. As I started hunting where I was so cautious before, I did start taking shortcuts, and you know the rest there, folks. I'm a great hunter. I'm just a terrible shot. Remember, people, fishing makes people happy, and happy people live longer. Thank you for watching. How do you shut this dang thing off?